Tunable,
Do you know ball?
tunable,
Do you know ball?
tunable.
Do you know ball episode 33, ladies and gents? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the best podcast on the internet. We got a lot of fun topics for you guys today. We're gonna just kind of jump right into it. I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm not even gonna tell you the topics. I want you guys to be surprised because there's a lot happening specifically in the baseball world. And Zach is gonna get us started. Go for it.
All right, let's get things started off with the Astros. Just today, they clinched the AL West yet again. And I say yet again, not very happy about it, but it is what it is because they were in the same scenario as the Mets earlier on in the year, and nobody thought they'd be here where they are today. But, they played great baseball. They played great baseball the past couple months to finish off the year, and the Mariners just went on a steady decline, and they had really no one else to worry about in that division. So it's hats off to them, I guess. I mean, they're gonna go to the postseason again, obviously. Um, but they beat the Mariners today, 4-3, which is something. But it's just also key to note that this is their fourth straight AL West title, too. So I mean, they're inevitable. They're inevitable. You knew that I had a feeling when they were down in the beginning half of the year that they were gonna find their way back because
Yeah,
it's the Astros and this is what
we
they
said
do
that.
all
Yeah.
the time. We did say that. So they're
Hmm.
they're a good team. They got people that were were unhealthy back then are now healthy. I don't know if they have Kyle Tucker right now. I know we
They
talked
do.
about that. They
He
do?
homered
Okay.
today.
So
Yeah.
that's a
Fantasy
huge get
points.
back for them. But I just want to ask you, Matt,
Sure.
heading into the playoffs this year, the
Yeah.
2024 playoffs,
Yeah.
are you afraid of the Houston Astros?
The Houston Astros are going to win the World Series.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You really believe that?
Yeah, obviously. What kind of a question is that? They're inevitable.
You're scared of the if the Yankees against the Astros in the ALCS,
Look,
or you
look.
could be facing them potentially maybe in the I don't know.
No,
No,
I
that
don't
doesn't
think.
make any sense. You could be facing them in the NLCS. You
Look,
face them in the NLCS, are you scared?
the only team I'm scared of is the New York Yankees. That's it. That's the only team I'm scared of. Yeah, they scare me. I think
Why?
the only team that can beat the Yankees are the Yankees.
That's point blank.
Yeah. I think the only team that can beat the Yankees are the Yankees. And I'll tell you because Boone has these, dumb lineups. They still believe in Verdugo for whatever reason. I think Cashman might have a gun to his head for all we know. Like, hey, you got to play Verdugo every day. So I think the only team that can stop the Yankees are the New York Yankees. I think if they set out their best lineup every night, maybe they got a shot. And I'm very confident. And if there is a year to beat the Astros, it's this year because I think the Yankees finished like 6-1 on the year against Houston. So it's very good odds. Very good odds. They did sweep them in the opening series of the year. But you just can't help but still be scared of the Astros if you're a Yankee fan, simply just because it's really bad PTSD. So hopefully the Yankees and Juan Soto and Judge and just everyone pops off this year. But I still stand by that. I think the only threat to the Yankees are the Yankees themselves. Their stupidity.
Okay. I mean, that's fair enough to say. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we should start a poll eventually. Like just a poll on our channel or something. Just post one day. Yankees fans, are you scared of the Houston Astros in the playoffs? And
I,
just
I
see what
think
happens.
I think you'll get a lot of the same answer that I think most Yankee fans are confident that if they are going to beat them, it'll be this year. I think you'll get a lot of that.
I think you guys got a really good team, like a super good team. And
Yeah,
I do
obviously.
agree. I do agree. If any year that you guys were gonna beat them, it's gonna be this year.
I
It,
mean,
it
if
has to be this year. Because if not, then what do you do? What do you do if you don't win?
you lose Juan Soto and you cry yourself to sleep, that's what you do. It's the
This
only
is the year
option.
to do it. This is the year to
Yeah.
win the World Series.
I mean, if they can avoid them entirely, because the Astros might be on the other side of the bracket, if they can avoid them entirely, that would be great too. And then I think the Yankees would have a very good shot. But the Astros have just been the Yankees' kryptonite for, I mean, ever since 2017. So avoiding them. not having to play them would be tremendous and would help their confidence and their chances of winning the World Series a lot. So that's where I stand. But they
But
still,
we're
I mean, as we
yeah,
record
good.
this, they have yet to clinch a division. So
Yeah. I mean, they'll have tomorrow. They'll realistically they'll probably clinch within the next day or two.
I wouldn't, I want to be so confident.
I'm pretty confident.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees take until the last game of the season.
Well, that whole playoff AL side of the playoff bracket, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But man, is that shaking up to be more than anyone could have dreamed of,
Those
honestly.
those
But
damn Astros, man. Yeah.
those damn Astros clinch another division title. It's just unbelievable at this point. But Matt, if you want to lead us into our next topic, you got this.
Yeah, this one hits very close to home for Zach, I know specifically. But a lot of you might not know about this fun one. CJ Abrams was sent down to Class A for the rest of the season because he was gambling. CJ, what are you doing, bud? So let's give some insight about CJ Abrams. For those that don't recall, CJ Abrams was an all-star this year. He was one of the main pieces that the Nationals got in the Juan Soto trade. Very good trade. I mean, Nationals kind of rejuvenated that young core with Mackenzie Gore, James Wood, CJ Abrams. Padres took a shot with Soto. Didn't work out. It is what it is. But CJ Abrams, all-star, sent down because he was gambling. I saw the tweet and I'm like, why are they sending him down? And then I see because he was gambling. I thought that was hilarious. Now, I don't have all the info in front of me, but to my knowledge, it was in a Chicago casino and he was there till like 8 a.m. and he had a game in
Hmm.
5 hours. I mean, like
Yeah,
we can't just let the man live a little, can't let him have fun a little bit. No, I know, Zach, I know you would have had a ton of fun, but
I would have had a ton of fun. But you know what?
yeah.
Look, it's I don't know. I think this is kind of childish on the Nationals end, like the front office end. I really don't think. I mean, yeah, I get it. You got a day game, you got a commitment to the team. I get it. But also there's another part of a part of you that you could look at it in Abrams' point of view. Like, dude, you're done and out. You just want to have fun one night. One night of having fun should not cost you being sent down to AAA because you know what? CJ Abrams is going to be a big piece to that team in the future. And you're just going to destroy his confidence too. You're going to destroy everything about him by sending him to the minors. For what reason? Because he was gambling for longer than he should have one night. Like, come on. Come on.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it. I think unless the team has some very strict rules about gambling or what they do in their free time, or like if they have a curfew, maybe I mean we don't really know the fine print and the parameters of like an MLB contract, but I mean I think it's a little ridiculous personally. Like you're in Chicago, let the man live, and to do it for the whole season. I mean, he was your all-star. He was like the face of your team. He's going to be the face of your franchise for the next couple of years, man. Like I don't know. I don't agree with it. But then again, a lot of people do think that there's more to the story. A lot of people think that this is just above the surface and then there's a lot more below the surface. And I don't really want to speculate, but these are just the facts that we have out in front of us. And once again, I think it's a little ridiculous, but it's
Yeah.
funny. It's very
It,
funny.
it is pretty funny because at the moment it kind of feels like a Nationals thing to do or something that to happen towards the Nationals. But again, I don't agree. I don't agree with anything that happened. And there has to, like you said, there just has to be something more to it. He had to have done something more than just gamble for a few more hours than he should have. Because Keith Hernandez, I think, made a comment on it on an SNY broadcast, like earlier in the during the weekend, like the day after it happened. He said he could see going out and staying out till like 4, but he can't see like a player staying out to till 8 a.m.
Yeah.
knowing that you have a game the next day.
8 a.m. I will say it's actually kind of crazy.
It's kind of
I,
pushing it. It's kind of pushing it, but again, it just has to be there has to be more to the story than oh, he was just gambling.
did you see the photo of him at the table?
I did. That's
You
pretty fun.
did?
It's just pretty funny just to see. Like you don't really expect the person in the MLB to be gambling like that, kind of because they have all the money that they need.
Him and Shohei's interpreter, man, probably best friends.
They probably are. But yeah, if
Ipe,
you wanna
Ipe, you want to reach out to us? Let us know. Give us the scoop.
come on the pod,
Come on the pod. No, that's
eBay.
right. Next pod, we're gonna have a famous athlete on. For those that don't know,
Which
we
one?
we, we don't even know who yet. We'll figure it
We
out.
don't know.
We'll
Dylan
figure it out.
Harper,
That would
Ace
maybe we
Bailey.
get Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. We get you on the
Maybe a
pod.
combination of the two.
Hey, I mean, maybe. I got a source.
We do
I
got a source.
we do have a source. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we could pull some strings. No promises.
We can definitely try to get them on.
It probably won't happen. But if you guys are hearing this, come on down.
Come on down.
Next topic.
Yeah, roll into it.
You want me to do this one? This one's
Yeah, you
fun.
got it. You got it.
All right. Earlier in the year, we talked about the AL Central. And I remember distinctly, we were talking about how boring it was and how it was the worst division in all of baseball, least competitive. We might have just ate our words because this has turned into the most fun and competitive division in baseball at the moment. I mean, you have the Guardians have already clinched the division, good for them. I think we all kind of expected that since the start of the year. But right now, the Tigers, Royals, and Twins are fighting for their life. They are fighting to be those last couple wild card teams in the American League bracket. The Tigers have absolutely been killing it. They sold a little bit at the trade deadline, but those additions they've made have been providing so much help. They kept Scooble, good for them. They got Trey Sweeney from the Flaherty deal, and Trey Sweeney has been so good for them. He was from the Yankees organization, by the way, for those that don't know. Good job, Brian Cashman. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Uh, the Royals, obviously, I mean, they've kind of had a downfall. Bobby Witt's MVP case has somewhat kind of disappeared. I feel like all the talk now has just been Aaron Judge. It was a big debate, Bobby Witt or Aaron Judge. Now I feel like I don't even hear about Bobby Witt anymore. Now I just think it's like 100% Aaron Judge. It always has been. It always will be Aaron Judge. But the Royals have been on a massive losing streak and they've fallen. The Twins, they're fighting for their life right now. I won't lie, I don't even know how the Twins are doing like in their last couple of games, but I do know that it is a fun race between the Tigers, Royals, and Twins. And then there's the White Sox. They've officially become the worst team in MLB history. Officially. Do you want to say something?
Dude,
No.
I'll add to because you said you don't know how the
Yeah.
Twins have been doing in their past couple games.
Yeah. Fill them in. Fill them in.
This is their last 10 games. I'm just looking at the wild card standings specifically right now. They are 3-7 in their last
So
10
not great.
games.
Not great, folks.
Terrible. 3-7 in your last 10 games is
What
awful.
what about the Royals?
The Royals just went on a
I know they
skid.
were really bad. They're like a seven
You know
game
they
losing
went on
streak.
another seven a net that's the second 7 game losing
Look,
streak.
and guess what? The Tigers, they utilize that. They use that to their advantage, and now they're having so much fun. One of the most fun teams in baseball right now. If you are not cheering for the Tigers, if you are not happy for them, then you shouldn't watch baseball. I mean, I don't really know the AL Central beef right now, but like this is just so much fun. AJ Hinch, I mean, might be a scumbag for the whole cheating scandal, but he might get some AL Manager of the Year votes, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he takes the cake with it because this Tigers team is fun. It's a very fun team.
It's a fun team. And you know what? My opinions changed completely about the Tigers because I don't remember if I did say it or if we talked about it maybe. But the potential for them to sell Tariq Skubal at the deadline, I know I definitely mentioned that they probably should have, but looking back on it now, now that we're in the future, now that they're in the playoff hunt, could potentially make reach a playoff berth within the next couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they made the 100% right decision with keeping Screwball. And not only that, I mean, like just looking at the other teams in this race, obviously Baltimore is going through. There's no doubt about that. But it's just the last two teams to go into the playoffs are a complete wild card. Now, Boston is without a doubt not making the playoffs. There's 5 games left. They're 3.5 out. It would take a miracle. All the teams have to lose out. That's just not going to happen. So Boston's out. Boston's completely. We're not looking at Boston. The only other two teams that stand in the Tigers or possibly Royals' way is the Twins and the Mariners, but they both forgot how to play baseball. Especially the Twins. Like I said, they were 3-7 in their last 10 games. The funny enough, before I move to the Mariners, move back to the Mariners, the Royals are the exact same record in their last 10 games, 3-7.
The Orioles
The Royals,
or Roy?
sorry,
Okay, sorry. I no
Royals.
no.
Did I
I
say
no no
Royals?
no. I think I just might have misheard you. It's my fault.
No, the Royals. Royals are 3-7 in their last 10 games, as well as the Twins. So I mean, both of them just forgot how you think they were gonna be locks to make the postseason, and they just Twins just don't want to be there anymore. Same with the Royals. I don't understand. I mean,
Yeah,
the Royals had such a fun team,
yeah. That
dude.
fall off needs to be studied a little bit.
How do you lose? How do you go on 2 7-game losing streaks? That seems pretty
Well,
pretty hard to do.
they're home warriors. They have like the best record in all of baseball at home, and then one of the worst at away stadiums. So that's how some people think they're cheating. But
Yeah.
that's another theory for another day.
So the Twins are the only other team, and they're 2 games out right now. So I mean, with again, there's not a lot of baseball left. There's 5 games left in the year. 2 games is a lot, honestly. It's a lot. It's not impossible, but it's a lot. Same thing with the Mariners. 2.5. 2.5 is a lot to be out at this point in the year. So, I mean,
Yeah.
this is going to be shaken up to be a pretty fun end of the year race for the AL playoff spots.
Hmm.
Um, and then you got the three division winners potentially, probably
I just
probably
hope
going to be the
that
Yankees.
I hope that this year, I hope the Tigers can go out and make some fun splashes in free agency. I hope.
They should. They should. I think they proved enough at this point to for the front office to be like, look, like we have a lot of good young talent here. We have a good ace here. We should build around that. We should give, this city and this team something to cheer for. But yeah, they're something else. But I want to move on to some sadder news. Now, I'm gonna pull up some screenshots that I took from this athlete, but it is time that we say goodbye to Mr. Charlie Blackmon.
Mr.
He
Chuck
is
Nasty.
Chuck Nasty is retiring from the game of baseball. He just announced it, I think, earlier today. He's 38, so he's up there in age, and he's played 14 years with the Rockies and retired with the Rockies. So, I mean, it's good for the homegrown talent. It's been fun to see him play over the years. You know, as you just pasted on the doc, we could read
Mhm.
off some of his accolades.
Yeah.
4-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger, NL batting champion in 2017, and NL triple leader in 2017. So it's it's a good story. But I do want to read what he posted and said going out
All right.
for his retirement.
All
It's
right.
gonna be a long thing. It's gonna be a lot. So as a kid, you play the game because you love it. Like nothing else matters. I still play the game that way, but I don't feel like a kid anymore. My perspective has changed. I've been blessed to call the city of Denver and the Colorado Rockies my baseball home for the entirety of my career. I'm grateful for the support of this organization, my teammates, and most of all, Rocky fans. It is with a thankful heart and a career's worth of memories that I choose a new path. Then he continues on. Today, I'm a ball player looking over the fence into uncertainty. For what is behind me, I am grateful my cup runs over. I have been blessed more than any man should expect. I was afforded this opportunity by my parents and sister who supported my passion and have always been there. My wife Ashley has continued to support my dreams and works so hard to give our kids the same opportunities I received. But most importantly, I have been saved by the grace and divine intervention as titled the scales in my direction. And then he finishes up by saying, I don't know what is on the other side of the fence, but I take solace in knowing one thing remains constant. Although names and faces will change, the game will continue to be played. I'll hop over the fence, pickle the beast, and embrace the next phase of my life. So, with that being said, Charlie Blackmon is no longer a Rocky, no longer
That
in
was
the game of baseball.
that was honestly really beautiful. I won't lie to you.
He's got a lot of heartfelt things he said.
Bro,
Heartfelt things.
that was my Diamond Dynasty warrior in like MLB 18 maybe. I think it was
He's
or
always
or
good in
19.
MLB The Show.
Friggin'
Always good.
I wish him nothing but the best. Loyalty is something you don't really see too much nowadays in sports. And to do it with the Colorado Rockies of all teams, man, God bless you. God bless you. I know recently they haven't been all that great, been a little bit dysfunctional, a little bit of a mess. Sorry you had to go through that, Charlie. But the earlier years, you were with guys like DJ LeMahieu, Trevor Story, Nolan Arenado, John Gray. Like you had some fun talent. You had some fun talent on the Rockies. So at least he got to be there for those fun years. Troy Tulowitzki even. But he definitely will go down as a fan favorite in the Colorado Rockies history. Maybe even one of the better players in the entire franchise's history. I don't know the Colorado Rockies lore like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is one of the better ones. But really, thank you, Charlie Blackman, for everything. Very beautiful goodbye speech. Go enjoy your life with your family. You deserve it. Thank you.
Adios, Chuck Nasty.
Love you,
On to
Chuck.
better things. Ohtani. I mean, what else? What else do you got to say about this guy? Without a doubt, the NL MVP. There's no question, no doubt in my mind. The only member of the 50-50 club, but not only did he do it, reach that club, he went past that club, and he still has time to go even further past it. But at the moment, he sits at 53 home runs and 55 stolen bases. Like,
Which will probably change by the time that you guys see this.
probably. I mean, I'm looking at the stats from today's game. He's only got one at bat. He's 1 for 1 so far. No homers, no stolen bases as of yet. But I mean, like, come on, man. Like, he didn't even pitch this year. He didn't do half of his other job. Like, how do you I don't know. I didn't have this on my bingo card. I didn't have him joining a club that no one else is in. Him creating his own club, edging his own mark in baseball history. I've seen some people on TikTok or YouTube say that he's better than Babe Ruth. He's better than all these greats because I mean it's just we haven't seen a player of his stature do what he's doing on the field. He didn't pitch. This is a year that he didn't pitch. He's batting 300. He's got 123 runs scored. Obviously the home runs, obviously the stolen bases, almost 130 RBIs on the season. He's meant so much to the Dodgers. But dude, the Dodgers are stacked without Ohtani. So adding this guy in, you would have thought maybe, he'll have a good year. He'll put up 30 to 40 home runs and still have a decent year, but 55 stolen bases and 53 home runs. I mean, no one else has done this in the history of baseball, and no one else probably will do this, will end up doing this in the history of baseball. I mean, I would think next year when he starts pitching that these numbers will go down, and because it's going to be strenuous on him to do both. But if he could somehow put up a similar season next year, I mean, what do you do? I mean, even now, what do you do? What do you do with Shohei Ohtani?
You just fall to your knees and you just appreciate the greatness. I mean,
All you
Ben
can do.
Verlander does it. I mean, they glaze him. They glaze Ohtani like heavily, the MLB.
It's rightfully so, though.
Is
I
the
mean,
I
he
mean,
deserves it. There's nothing you can say.
he is n- okay, he's having a great year, but it's not better than Aaron Judge's.
I'm sorry, what?
He's having a great year, but it's not better than Aaron Judge's year.
What's Aaron Judge's year?
Like his
Go ahead.
season. His
Read me
season.
off. Read me
Now,
off his
you know what I'm gonna
stats.
do? I'm gonna go to that website where you can compare like the two
Okay.
people. I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a picture because you're not educated.
I don't know, man. I think you're gonna you're gonna ruffle a few feathers with this one.
No, I'm right. You know the meme? Why are you booing me? I'm right. This is that.
I don't know. I feel like you're gonna ruffle a few feathers with this one.
I don't think so.
This is gonna make the cut. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Sure.
This is gonna make the cut.
I hope it does because I want the people to know. And if I'm wrong, then it does make the cut. Uh, shit. How do I do this? I don't know how to actually use this website. I've never done it before.
What?
Show?
How to do like the side by side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm just gonna while we're waiting for you to do this, I'm gonna pull up Aaron Judge's stats and just to look at him, maybe read a few off. He is 56 bomb tonight.
yeah.
323, 119 runs, 53 home runs, 139 RBIs, 10 stolen bases. Gotta look at his OPS,
Trying to tell me something.
stuff like that.
How do you do this? I apologize, people. This is kind of hard. Um, Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. How do you do this, man?
I
Um,
don't know. I don't know if you're right on this. I mean, obviously his numbers are
no one do.
insane.
I'm gonna find it on Twitter somehow.
Well, I hope you find it quick.
I will. I'm not wrong.
Jesus, man.
I'm not wrong. I think I found it. This was from September 23rd. So this is from yesterday. Perfect.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a picture.
Send me the
I'm not
picture.
told you I'm not wrong.
I'll go stat for stat and I'll read it off.
So like I'm not like an Ohtani hater. I'm just tired of MLB glazing him, like glazing, and then Aaron Judge just gets like, oh, Aaron Judge, home run. I'm just saying. Ohtani's great, and he's having a tremendous year. Don't get me wrong. And the fact that he's not even pitching is absurd. But the fact that, we're just crazy glazing him when Aaron Judge is in the other league right now and putting up better numbers and a better year, I mean, I think that needs to get a little bit more attention. And yeah, I'm a little biased Yankee fan, but like I'm right here.
Okay. You could say that because obviously judges I'll read off the stats, I'll read off the categories.
Please do.
But you can honestly say you can't say that's not close. They're relatively close in almost every stat that judge is winning. So I'll
So
start
you're,
off. I'll start off. I'll start off in reading. I'll start off reading.
I mean, no, what stats are they close in?
They're
I
close
mean,
and
you're
more.
you're gonna tell me what'd you say?
They're close. They're close and more.
I mean, two wars is a lot bigger than you think.
It's relatively close. 10,
10,
ten
10
point
point
three. It's a
3 to
1.9.
8.4.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
1.9.
one
That's
point
a
nine.
pretty big.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right.
pretty big difference.
Games played, I don't really that doesn't really
That
matter.
doesn't matter.
That
Plate
doesn't matter.
appearances
So
don't really
we could
matter.
chalk that up. Plate appearances, Shohei's winning 703 to 686. Hits 184 for Shohei, to Judge's 176. Two home runs short of Judge. Judge is 50. No, three. Judge hit 56 tonight. So
Hmm.
56 homers for Judge and 53 homers for Shohei. RBIs 123 for Shohei, Judge is probably at 139 now, so Judge is obviously winning in that. So what is that already like? Probably it's 3-2 Judge currently. Um, Stolen bases, obviously Ohtani 55, Judge is 10. So 3-3.
I think that's
Um,
where Ohtani gets most of his value. People see the stolen base and like, dude, he's cracked.
because
But
it's crazy for a guy of that's like if put it in terms of you, if Judge was stealing 55 bases while
I
hitting
know
60
I understand
bombs
that, but I don't want Ohtani's stolen bases to just overshadow everything else Aaron Judge has done this year. Now we get to the more advanced stuff, the batting average, on base percentage, slugging, OPS, OPS plus. He
Okay.
crushes Ohtani out of the water with all of them.
Well, yeah, he's gonna take the lead by a dramatic fashion because he's winning every other category up on here. So
Mhm.
batting average 323 to Otani's 301, OBP 485 to Otani's 383, slugging percentage 695 to Otani's 640, OPS 1.154 to Otani's 1.023, and OPS plus 221 to Otani's 186. So,
Also want to point out Aaron Judge has like 30 more walks on the year as well than Ohtani.
so at the end of the day, Judge wins in categories by a score of 8-3.
Yeah.
So it's far apart, but I think it's that stolen base factor. That's what people factor in when they look at Ohtani and they look at Judge. And for Ohtani to be who he is and steal 55 bases is pretty dramatic. It's a pretty valuable piece to his game, but that's not to discredit anything that Judge is doing because Judge is just as great. So I don't know. It could be a toss up. It could be a toss up depending on how you view it. Because if you view stolen bases as overpowering almost every other thing, then people are going to disagree with you. But
Judge has a better season, hands down. If Ohtani was pitching and he still put up those offensive numbers, then Ohtani 100%. And even for the future, Ohtani will be a better player for the future simply because he can hit and pitch and put those numbers up is incredible. But this year it's Aaron Judge. I
okay,
don't, I don't, Ohtani can steal 400 bases and I'd still give it to Aaron Judge. It's
uh,
just, it's the
I mean
truth.
that's fine. That's fine. But I'm curious because we may split it up because of how we did it. So I'm curious when we post this video, what people say. It's gonna be a fun little interactive thing we got going on.
Yankee
Matt, if you
Nation
wanna
unite.
Matt, if you wanna lead us into our second to last topic of the night, you got
You don't
it.
want to do this one?
Yeah.
You no, I said you don't want to do it?
No, I don't want to do it. You got it. Trust me. I'll add in. I'll add in, but you got it.
Okay. I hope you do. All right. So that's a little bit. That's all the baseball talk we had. Enough Aaron Judge and Ohtani for now. You know, can never get enough of that. We haven't talked about Paul Skeens in a minute. Maybe next pod. That's the
Maybe.
trifecta. That's the trifecta. Judge, Ohtani, and then Paul Skeens.
Yeah. They're all great players. What can you do?
And at this
You
point,
do.
Caitlin Clark too.
Caitlin
Which
Clark's a great player.
we're gonna talk about. She is a great player. I'm glad you acknowledged that. Caitlin Clark is the unanimous rookie of the year. The tight race with Angel Reese is over. We finally have our rookie of the year for the WNBA, and it's Caitlin Clark. In my eyes, this was not a debate. It was not a race. It should have always been Caitlin Clark to the very end. And I mean, Angel Reese was having a phenomenal year, but the fact that it was even as close as it was to me was kind of insane. I'm not going to go into crazy depth because I made a whole video already, like talking about it, the whole debate, and the fact that it was a lot closer than it should have been. The fact that are we just going to use Angel Reese's insane rebounds and hold that to a higher standard than everything Caitlin Clark has done this year? No, we shouldn't. Caitlin Clark has led the Fever to the postseason for the first time since 2016, I believe. Granted, Caitlin Clark's first playoff game with the Fever was not very great. She is still a rookie. She's still got to learn, just like her first games in the WNBA were not the best, but she found her way. And you can even maybe put her in MVP conversations. Caitlin Clark finished the year averaging 19.2 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, 8.4 assists, and 1.3 steals per game. All around incredible year. I will not glaze any farther because we have talked a lot about Caitlin Clark and the whole Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark debate. In fact, I believe 2 videos ago, that was the whole video, our pod, right? It
I
was
believe so.
I mean, not Angel Reese, it was Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year case, I think.
2 pods ago.
If you guys truthfully want to hear my opinion on the full Angel Reese Caitlin Clark debate, go check uh the Do You Know Ball episode 31, I believe.
Yeah.
And you just skip through it and you'll find my full opinion on it. Or you can go to our socials and you can see the shortened version and I give my take on it. But for now, congrats to Caitlin Clark. She deserved it 100% in my opinion. Angel Reese, still a phenomenal player. Can't take away anything that she's done because she's also had a historic year. But we're going to go on to our last topic of the day. It's a fun one. Am I going to do this?
Yeah. Yeah. This is something new to me, but you're gonna get a raw
Yeah.
reaction right now from me.
Yeah, I don't know how real this is. It probably is not real. I just saw something on Twitter and I thought this would be really fun to talk about because Twitter people get so creative sometimes. Apparently, in the 2025 offseason, the Warriors are rumored to go after Giannis and LeBron to pair with Steph Curry. You heard that right. You heard that right. Both of them. Now, I both is not happening. Maybe you can lure one away. I mean, I don't know how likely that is, but I that would be interesting. I mean, the Warriors, they lost out on Lauri Markkanen, and it honestly seemed like that was their guy to lose. I mean, like it was at a point where we were like, all right, Lauri Markkanen's going to be a Warrior. It's a matter of when, not if. And then he signed this crazy extension with the Jazz, and now he's their franchise guy for who knows how long. And now Steph is stuck with Buddy Hield and Draymond Green and Kyle Anderson, which is an okay supporting cast, but I still do think you need a number two for Steph. Now, I think Steph is going to retire a Warrior regardless of who they put around him for the next couple of years. I think they just extended him as well. I also know LeBron just got extended recently. So believe it or not, I have a feeling that Giannis is more likely than LeBron to go to the Warriors. I mean, the Bucks kind of had a decline last year. Granted, they were hurt. Dame hasn't been the Dame that we know and love. So maybe there's a chance that this year the Bucks continue that decline. And I do think they're going to decline a little bit. And maybe Giannis is like, you know what? Let me go play with Steph Curry. I think a Giannis and Steph Curry duo would be dangerous. And now that, LeBron just extended with the Lakers and Bronny's on the team, I don't really see him leaving after 1 year with his son. But do I think Giannis is a realistic possibility? Not really. I think this is still a really big long shot. A Warriors fan just kind of proposed on Twitter, but I think it was still fun to talk about. Zach, you
I
look
agree.
eager. You
I
look eager.
agree. Look, this is very far-fetched, but could this happen? Potentially. I mean, look, if you look at both players, right? Obviously LeBron wants to play with his son, and it's going to be extremely hard to tear him away from the Lakers organization.
Yeah.
But never say never. I mean, he's at the tail end of his career. He could look for one last ring. He could really go and try to get one last ring with Curry. And I know he's wanted to play with Curry in an NBA team for quite some time now. I know it's been rumored in the past, so it's not that far-fetched
It
of,
would
of
break.
an idea. And also, when you look at Giannis too, Giannis did what he needed to do in Milwaukee. He doesn't have to go back to Milwaukee. He won a ring. He brought them a championship. He did that. That's done. That part of his career
The
is over.
biggest asterisk next to that championship. But continue.
Regardless, a ring's a ring. Regardless, a ring's a ring.
Is the
But
Astros ring a ring? Sorry, continue.
a
I
ring's a
can't.
ring. I mean, is it well deserved? No, but the ring's a ring.
Continue. Sorry.
If it's not taken away, it's a
I'm in my
championship.
feels. I'm in my feels. Continue.
It's okay. It's okay. I get it. Touchy subject, especially Nets wise. But anyways, yeah, he's he's brought a championship there. So in a way, he could be like, look, if you guys don't put the pieces, obviously they have Dame, but if you don't put the pieces around me that I want, and there's not enough, I don't think there's enough to win a championship, and that's solely what he's looking for. He could very much up and out of there and go to the Warriors. So can LeBron. It's not it's a crazy idea when you put the two names together with Steph Curry in Golden State, especially especially with LeBron, like the amount of history the two of them have playing against each other. I feel like the dynamic would be really weird for them to join forces and actually play with each other on a team going for the championship.
Hmm.
So, I mean, again, like I said, it's a real funky idea. There's a lot of things that have to go right for that to happen. At the end of the day, truthfully, I think LeBron's staying with the Lakers, and I think Giannis is going to stay with the Bucks
Yeah,
regardless.
I agree.
But maybe never say never. Never say never. That's where I'll leave it. It's a crazy thought, but never
Yeah.
say never.
It was something fun to think about, and the NBA things move fast, especially in the off season. We had a very crazy off season this year. 2025, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows how this season's going to go? This season starts up next month very soon, so we're going to have more NBA content, and maybe this is something we should monitor because I honestly don't even know who the Warriors could even offer in a trade. I mean,
No idea.
like Kaminga, Moses Moody. I mean, like you
You'd
got to
have to
match,
throw
you got to match
throw a
salaries.
lot. You'd
Yeah,
have to throw a lot out there.
maybe they give Kaminga the max contract he wants and then put him in a Giannis or LeBron trade. I mean, that's the most reasonable thing I could see because they're not going to trade Draymond. I mean, no,
Draymond's probably going to be up and out of here soon too.
he'll retire a Warrior and then he'll go into like commentating or something, which is it's
Yeah,
a yeah.
I mean he already has the podcast, so I could see him do commentary.
He does some commentary every now and then, like joins the TNT crew, so I could see it. I think it's the path for Draymond. But
Send into happiness.
mhm, yeah,
With that
but
being said, though,
yeah,
it's that time. It's deuces,
closing
oozes.
time.
It's deuces,
Every new
oozes.
begin.
Thank you guys for watching
Wait, what'd
episode
you
what?
say?
It's deuces, oozes.
What is that?
I don't know. Something I came up with on
What is
fly.
it? It's deuces.
It's deuces, oozes.
It's deuces, Zeus's.
It's deuces, oozes.
So we gotta make merch now.
Yeah, we gotta make merch. Put it
Yo,
on a
let's
t-shirt.
actually contact someone about that. All right, guys. Yeah,
We could
we
potentially
are
have merch.
200 subscriber. You get a free it's deuces, Zeus's merch. I like that. Let's do that. I like
Deuces,
that.
oozes. Free deuces, oozes merch. With that being said, though, that's the end of episode 33. Appreciate you guys. Again, appreciate all the support. We always say this after every episode. Keep it up. Let's keep hitting subscribe on YouTube. Let's keep hitting follow on TikTok, and let's just see how far we could get this thing to go. We will catch you guys next week for episode 34. We'll see you
Yeah.
guys in the next time.
Yep.